Welcome back to NieR. So now, as I mentioned, forget temporarily what happened in the first part because we're gonna skip ahead a bit. Specifically, as a game about to tell us, 12 years later.
Wait, what?
Our focus now is on still Papa NieR and his daughter Yonah. Think of it what happened for now, just dream, see.
Alright, I'm off.
Wow, they look amazing for people that are like over 1,000 years old.
Well, dreams again, that's the hint that things are not right. And again, don't worry,
Dad?
it will explain.
Hey, Dad. You want to hear about the crazy dream I had last night?
Hmm?
See, I was in it, and you were in it too. And,
And you, and you.
Yonah, stop taking
Yonah,
drugs.
I'm sorry. I have
Yeah.
to go.
I didn't get it, Dad. You see, I had this dream that I met this man named Kime, who is an immortal.
Give me a book while you're out.
Right, that's very nice, honey.
You can't have your coffee.
Make sure to give her the mental dosage.
What are you gonna say next? I found the planet's ice.
As I mentioned, as we know, Yonah is still sick. Yeah, Yonah is still sick, and Papa NieR is doing everything he can to help her. He's gonna explain a bit what's going on and where we are exactly. But for now, we're in his home, and after major events in store, you can come on the bottom floor of your house and get items and money that you need to buy stuff. Medicinal herbs are basically your health potions in this game. Even though you have a total of 10. Go ahead, Lips.
I should go to the library and see what Poplar's up to.
Basically, Pop is the mayor of the town. We're gonna meet her in a second. Anyway, also, this is the main track of a village, which will function as our hub world, pretty much. It's a single guitar piece, but it's called Songs of the Ancient, and it's gonna get vocals when we'll actually see actually playing that song, because it's not actually it's actually incorporating the village with the person who actually playing. Anyway, go ahead, Jova.
Oh, what phrase should I go for? You know the junk heap in the northern plains? Yeah, it's mine. If it weren't for all the old war machines in there, I'd be up there to mine for myself.
Oh no, not more war machines.
It's foreshadowing to a later dungeon we will see in the game. Anyway, this is the village. It's not that big. Yeah, Papa NieR himself will actually describe it a bit later. Our menu is actually pretty stylized for now, but later on it will get updated as we will meet a certain character.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Please tell me those ancient war weapons are not moons with lasers on them.
Not exactly, but as I mentioned, it's not the last time we'll get a Zelda reference.
No, actually, I wasn't referencing that, but don't worry.
No, I know.
I'm sure Yokota would never do that, because no game would do that, because that's just too stupid.
Anyway, mailboxes as your save points, so you're not allowed to save everywhere. Thankfully, mailboxes are frequent. The game is pretty general in terms of saving, but hold on to your saves because you're gonna need it, and the game will have a surprise for you near the end. With that.
But of course.
Near the end.
Anyway, I think, yeah, let's go to the fountain place and meet who's playing the song.
Yeah.
This is Devola, his Popola's twin sister, and both of them are leading the village basically as mayor. But Devola is more like is more like an entertainer for people because she's good at singing. Popola instead does all the bureaucratic stuff.
Wow, she's so
that means.
she's so great at the guitar. She's just gently strumming it like this, and it's the guitar's going on.
It's elegant, twins.
Sure.
Well, someone looks raring to go this morning.
Don't
Also,
you
hi,
need
dog.
to go?
I'm just trying to earn a living for my little girl.
Also, wow, you're not even playing the guitar now, and it's still going.
It's called art entrance is missing, Daddy.
It's kind of like in King's Quest 3, where
No, go ahead.
Guardian takes the talent potion and just go loot, you can cue an entire orchestra out of it. That's some good talent potion right there.
Oh, the dogs like you.
Yep, they actually their AI is automatic to go near you and bark.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
a
let's
typical
go.
thing in media. Dogs barking at the bad guys and liking the good guys is always a common thing in media.
Anyway, Popola's headquarters, quote unquote, is this ancient building that has been abandoned and then occupied by this village. So it's a good thing for the village because it helps everyone being knowledgeable about stuff. And in fact, Yonah actually asked for a book for NieR to get. So that's what we're gonna get up before exiting again. For now, we just need to visit Popola. And another thing, the interesting thing with the soundtrack is that it transitions to something similar of the prehistoric, but different in another way. So this is still Song of the Ancients, but it's in a different instrument. It has more gentle, tranquil tone. But when you get out of villages, again with the guitar and everything. So the transition is smooth in that way. Anyway, this room for now it's locked. We're gonna see what's in later on in the game.
Locked.
For now, let's meet Popola, and you'll be watching her, Shiro.
Okay.
By the way, are you okay with reading with that text, or is giving you problems?
No, I can read it. Good morning. Is that Yonah doing today?
Yonah.
Yonah.
Yonah, yeah.
It's like Jonah, but with a Y instead of a J.
Lives?
Her cough isn't any better.
That's worrisome. I hope she gets well soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had
Me
to-
too.
No, don't worry, Tim. I do this all the time. So.
No, I still don't know how to get the timing right. Go ahead, Lives.
I feel so helpless. Other than making sure she eats properly, there's just isn't much I can do. Most days I feel like a total failure.
Oh.
Oh, come on, NieR. It could be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, stop that. You're the finest father a girl could hope to have. Well, anyway, I was hoping you could take care of this for me.
Did you take this object to that other guy in the village? Okay, thanks.
Similar, we got something different.
I got a request from someone in the shopping district. They need you to get some mutton from the northern
Yeah,
towns.
surprisingly, we don't have to clear a basement from rats from the beginning. Thank you.
Wow.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Since you're going to the plains, let me give you a map.
Which, for some reason, NieR hasn't got by now because it's been a while since he's been in the village.
It'll come in handy, trust me.
But, beginner's game rules, so, yeah, get over it. But don't worry, this is still another sign of things that are maybe fishy, but keep thinking.
Oh, and one more thing. Let me think of...
Let me guess, you wanted to tell me about the Reapers, right?
Sorry.
Would you mind purchasing free medical herbs from the client while you're at it?
Because the idea, as I mentioned, the quest giver is the shopkeeper of the town.
I used my last one earlier.
So go do that. Oh, and do my laundry.
Actually, you'll be surprised,
money.
Pedro. A later side quest actually makes fun of that kind of trope of the fact that NieR is an errand guy.
Even though I have two perfectly working legs, like, you do my shit for me since you're going where I
I don't think
you
her
go.
is much.
Well, then,
Basically,
have
yeah.
some Yonah while you're at it.
Yeah, Popol has been generous, has always been generous to NieR and his daughter. So NieR, he feels that he needs to
Obliged.
return. He needs to return this kindness. So he wants to do everything he can to help also the village.
You don't have to.
It's okay, really.
Now you may feel, oh well, he's just doing this on a bias, but no, NieR is actually a kind person when it comes to helping other people. It's just that due to his attachment to wanting to protect his daughter, he may appear just a bit brutish and everything.
Thanks, Popo. Forever.
Also, another thing, as you may notice, you get maybe stuff that the dialogue that is not voiced, and suddenly is voiced again. The game is a bit random on that. It's still a thing due to the limited budget.
It's
I
nothing.
haven't gotten too far into all savers like that there too.
No, Automata is much better in that
suppose so.
regard. Another fact, is thank you for reminding me. This game doesn't have a lot of cutscene also because of it, especially because as you see, the models up close are a bit ugly to look at. Sorry. And what, Yonah? Why are you out of the house?
Hey,
Yonah, I'm here.
It's still you, Dweebs.
Oh, hey, Dad. Damn it, Yonah. You know you're too sick to be outside.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Look at you. Now your ribbon's coming undone and everything.
But technically, I'm not outside.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh.
I thought maybe I'd go to the library and see if you had any books about my sickness.
We don't have Google yet.
Yonah. Just let me worry about that, alright? You just need to get in sleep and focus on getting better. If you do that, your illness will take care of itself.
Why, it'll kill me?
No, I don't mean it like that.
It said take care of itself, not take care of you. Goodness.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. Listen, I got a bit of work to do, so I'll be back in a while, okay? I swear, the next person who says roll credits when I say my name.
Heisenberg.
Who?
Whoa.
Seems like
go-
people did nothing but write books back in the old days. I can't read them either. They're all written in funny languages.
Mother and father are very busy, so I have to watch my little brother. I don't mind, actually. He's pretty cool, and we like to come here and look at the books.
Wow, siblings who actually aren't antagonistic toward each other.
And
And
now,
like reading.
yeah, now NieR is gonna give us an abridged, a very short version of what's going on in the world at the moment. At least the world that they know.
War.
A long time ago,
Hold
the
on.
vile god and the god. Oh,
once thriving populations now lie decimated by plague and disease. The end is
Well,
not
at
felt
least
so
the
close.
apocalypse doesn't look
I've
too
left
bad with red
Monsters
skies.
called shades now roam the land, threatening our very
Hey, the world
lives.
of The Last of Us isn't totally
That's
ugly.
no consequence to me.
True.
My daughter is sick, and my only concern is to give her a better life. I try my best, but I'm only one man. I'm hard like that. So the kindness of the villagers has meant much. Nothing will stop me. I will fight for Yonah until the end. Until the very
Keep
end.
those words in mind. He means them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as Popola asked for us, we need to get some mutton, so we need to go to the northern plain at, well, north.
And everywhere I go, the same.
Yeah, occasionally when you
playlist.
you get close to NPCs or your party member talks, not always happening the dialogue that you see before, but occasionally you get voice acting and a small dialogue at the top. That is always voiced, so you don't need to worry about reading too much into it.
Mm-hmm. Heading north?
Heading north?
Well,
Go
be
ahead.
careful up there. Some of the animals in the plains are getting rather restless.
Now, here's how it works. BGA surprisingly, well, it doesn't have a lot of areas. It's surprisingly very open when it comes to its areas. So for now, we need to the northern plains with another track that actually got into Fear Freed Accordion Call. And we need to get some mutton as it's roaming around. We need to kill it. So let's do
Okay.
it.
Sorry,
Alright.
Ram,
Time
but you have to
kill the
die.
sheep.
Survival of the fittest, I guess.
And then you need to basically collect the loot from the bodies.
So
You don't have
this
to
is
do
why I never heard of this game until Automata. He's banned from Wales.
Surprising enough, Shira, if you worry about the locations and it's not a big plot twist, we're still in Japan. Not exactly
Okay.
where Tokyo was supposed to be, but we're still in Japan. Anyway, there you go. You don't need to do that for every single enemy, just for the roaming animals. When it comes to the shades, the loot they drop is similar to the one of Final Fantasy XII. They just drop a small sprite that looks like a bag. You walk over it, and it automatically picks up. So the game is actually very automated when it comes to picking up the loot. When it comes to the
Very automated.
when it comes to the percentage of the loot dropping, that's another argument. But
Oh,
later
boy.
on.
It's a good thing that those dead sheep and their blood immediately disappear after we're done with them.
Yes. good old. Anyway, another thing you can see is that there was a bridge here, but it's broken, so we cannot proceed too much into the other regions for now.
A perfect crime without evidence.
Yeah. So
Even
as you
Phoenix
may
Wright won't be able to crack this one.
Don't bet on that. He's self-tougher.
Well, Papa NieR will not have that much Cyclops on him. He's actually surprisingly doesn't have, because he doesn't have a lot of secrets with him. But look at that, there's Shades, and it's an interesting mechanics. Shades needs to be in the shadows, much like we've seen for dark monsters. If they step into a zone with light, their health start decreasing as if they were with a poison status. It's because they cannot be exposed to sunlight. That's one of their weaknesses, actually, sunlight. They're kind of like traditional vampires.
So if you knock him into the sunlight, that's an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. But due to their AI, it's also very easy. Anyway, as you have been seeing, NieR's traditional weapon is a one-hand sword for now. Later on, he will be able to use two more weapon types: a two-hand sword and a two-hand spear, which will be my main weapon because spears are awesome. Not for compensating anything. Anyway, since we got the mutton, we just need to go to the shopkeeper, give him the mutton, and then getting the medicinal herbs for Popla. This particular quest sets up for the potential side quest for the game. You don't need them. They, aside from getting you gold that you need to buy items and weapons that you may need, they expand NPCs from characterization from NPCs in the village, but and occasionally some extra fact that you don't really need about NieR, Papa NieR, or Devil and Popala, for example. So they're extra stuff. They give you bonus for you, but you don't really need to do them, especially at easy difficulties. If you want to steamroll through the game, you're really free to go. It's nowhere near low track kind of forced side quest. That being said, the bonus that you get from some
dinner.
the bonus that you get from some side quests are actually really useful to you. So there is a balance in terms of the game suggesting you to do them, but at the same time telling you that you're not obliged to do them.
Well, considering the last few minutes over, I think we're having lamb for dinner.
Yep, actually, it's specifically mutton. And it's an interesting thing. If you wanna farm gold easily from the beginning, there is one lady that I think we'll see later. That for a side quest, she asks you to hunt specific muttons, and she gives you a lot of money to that, and she does them constantly. So if you need money and you're in trouble, you just need to kill a bottle of mutton in the beginning phase of the game and bring that to the lady. That being said, you don't really need it because items are not too much expensive.
Well, hello.
By doing the side quest and doing standard combat and with not too much grinding, you'll get all the stuff that you need to buy the stuff that you need. And most of the enemies drop even stuff like healing items anyway. So there is still a balance when it comes to these things. The real unbalanced stuff, and as I mentioned, comes from getting some loot material from enemies that will serve you for the weapons, but it's the stuff that you will see later on. For now, as you can see, you can get also different stuff from the village, healing items, specific materials that can be considered loot, or actually food, or actually flowers and seeds. But that time. The tavern, which is not open yet, is where Devil usually hangs around from a certain point in the game onward. She will be the one that not gives you the side quest, but points you to her direction. If you don't know if there is a side quest, you can ask her, and she marks them on your map if you need them. So she can be useful if you don't know where to go, or if you want to do extra stuff, and you just want to help. For now, I'm just showcasing. For example, there's also the blacksmith, which actually sells the weapon. But for now, the weapons are a bit too expensive. So for now, I'm just gonna use them. I'm not gonna use them. When it comes to getting more gold or money, if you want like an expensive weapon, I'll do those things off screen, or I'll just cut and transition through them. There's gonna be a lot of jump cutting later on when it comes to a couple of side quests, because sadly one of the negatives of the game is that due to the side quests themselves, you need to do a lot of backtracking between areas, and this can be annoying to to the players. Understand if it detracts to you from the whole experience.
Yeah, honestly,
Anyway.
I'll take that over what Fair Fencer F does, which is have an incredibly small world that's literally where there's literally fire cave and an ice cave right next to each other and shit.
That's literally a textbook definition of an RPG.
How?
I mean,
does that work exactly?
remember, Pedro,
Because compile hard, Shiro.
the Simpsons video game poke fun at that.
I know, right?
What happens if you mix fire?
Well, basically, Shiro, to give you a basic idea, the problem is that it's made by the Neptunia team, and they're using the same structure as the Neptunia games. For the Neptunia ones, it works because those are comedies, but this game is trying to go for a bit more serious tone.
Fairy Fencer F is trying to be serious.
I'll get back to you on that story.
Okay.
Lives.
I got the mutton. Those sheep's squirrel little bastards. I want to hear your herbs.
Thank you.
Wow, I didn't know you were okay with the slaughtering of sheep. Or then again, do you guys eat sheep over in Wales?
Yeah, we do.
Ah, okay.
And yes, those sheep can be surprising tough.
Can you confirm, Shiroi?
Well, I've never killed my own sheep. So.
I can imagine a rite of passage in Wales for all the younglings is to kill your own sheep when you get to the age of 18.
Makes sense.
By the way, I left my bathroom light on. Could you go to my house and take care of that for me? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Basically, she gave basically one of the items is for Yonah.
What I was trying to say, Joven Shiro, is that the game advertised itself as a more serious game than what the Team Neptunians usually make. The problem is that the problem is that I guess they just couldn't help themselves and do their usual quote-unquote trope demolishing dialogue.
That's something you say for more comedy stuff. I mean, heck, I'll give Time and Eternity credit. I mean, that RPG never suggested it wasn't going to be a comedic one, but apparently Fairy Fencer F is now saying, oh, no, we're the more serious one.
Oh, trust me, Joe, but there are moments where you're clearly supposed to be, taking it all completely seriously. There are. It's just, and that's, again, it's the same problem. Oh, sorry, go ahead, this is important.
No, it's still Yonah, and go ahead, Vibs.
Hey, Dad, about that dream I had today. There was me and,
a scarecrow, a tin man, and a lion.
I think there was a big pink goat or something.
Yonah, what are you smoking?
Yonah, have you been drinking again, kind of like Dumbo?
I guess
except you're seeing goats instead of elephants?
But it was really crazy.
I know, right? That pink elephant sequence was fucking nuts.
Actually, it is important.
Have you ever heard of a flower called the lunar tear?
Tear.
Tear NieR.
That's a silly name.
There you go,
Hey, my parents called me that. Oh, maybe. But people say that the lunar tear will grant the wish of anyone who finds one.
Of course.
Only very good boys and girls are ever able to find one. So you have to keep being good, alright?
Are you suggesting that Santa brings that flower, Dad?
Could a lunar tear make me better?
Of course. You can do anything.
Tutu Sonic Warrior?
Yonah, is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Good night, Dad.
After this game, lunar tears as the flowers will become a recurring symbol in Yoko Taro's game. It appears also in Drakengard 3 and recently in Automata. Anyway, this represents the daily life that Papa NieR has to get through. In the next part, we'll see that changing for the first time in a while. See ya.
All right. See you then.
See you then.